Welcome to the training session. Today we will be discussing how to create special rate event links. Basically, we're going to be using two systems in order to create our special rate event link. We'll be using Zonconnect, this one, and the other one is Hotel Zon, this one. Let me go back to Zonconnect and quickly sign off. Okay. So with regards to creating special rates for events, obviously you would need to create the event link, which you would then distribute to your clients however it fits for them. So basically we're going to go ahead and cover how we could create any hotels that you have a special rate with, load any locations, the rates that you have agreed with them, if there are any release times that are agreed with them. It could be done on the Hotel Zon system and on the Zonconnect system. So first things first, let's go to Zonconnect. Let's create the hotel wherein you have an agreed rate with. Quickly log in. Each user may have different access, but basically, as soon as you log in, some may see the screen. If ever you do, you just click on Administration. Takes you to this page. So it will already the list of hotels that you have already saved on Zonconnect. So to create a new one, let me make this bigger. Let's go to the bottom of the page. Tick New. This page, you may not. It depends. Again, it depends on the different access that we have. If most of you may not see this page, so that's fine. But if ever you do, just select whichever is applicable for your agency. And then tick Next. Note now, the name, the information is blank for most of them. So basically, this means that you're ready to start loading the hotel. So go ahead and start loading. I'm going to call this hotel again. This is a test link that we're going to do. So I'm going to call it something like event rate testing. Note that there are stars in the areas that you're required to put in. So really just make sure that you enter the information in those different fields. There are different areas wherein you are not required to put in, so that's fine. Typically, when you create your hotel or event links, you don't really have to go into overly too much detail, because I just want to highlight that the Zonconnect system is catered for multiple types of users, so agency users, corporate users, hotel users, so on and so forth. So that's the reason why you may see out of fields wherein for you, I don't really need it, but why is it there? It's because possibly other types of users might require those information. So for instance, for event links, I'll go through the different areas that would be relevant. So obviously, hotel chain, just simply select. Again, some users may or may not have this access. Some of them might be defaulted already, so which is fine, but if ever you do, just select whichever is applicable. The corresponding star rating, put interest, postcode, select the corresponding country, put in city. Okay. Obviously, you may have a contact at the hotel. Just put in their corresponding contact details in here. Could be the same, the hotel phone number, hotel sales phone number. These areas, I would like to highlight the importance of reservations email and reservations fax. Basically, it's where, if, for example, your clients start making bookings on the Eventlink that you have. So basically, how would the hotel know, or where would the information go? So you could put in a contact at your hotel, for example, a revenue manager, so revenue manager at .com, or whoever else, or some agencies prefer for the confirmations to go to their own agency email address. Again, this is down to your preference, and if you have an agreement with the hotel that the information would go straight to them, then it's perfectly fine. You could put it all in here. The logic of this is, if you have a reservations fax and a reservations email, reservations fax will take precedence. So obviously, if you just have an email address, just put in the email address. In this instance, I'll just put in my email address. Vias, again, it's mandatory to put in, but for event links, it's not really used. So you could put in the same reservations email that you have in here, or put in test.com. Same for next tab. And a core registration number, again, it's mandatory to put in. If you don't have information, just put in NA. Okay. Let me point out the relevance of the geocoding part. It's defaulted as automatic geocoding. You have the option also to put in manual geocoding, wherein you could just simply Google the coordinates of a hotel. The relevance of this really, when it comes to your link, is that when you have your event link, notice that it's located on app. So obviously, it would take its coordinates from the information that's entered in here. More local info. Obviously, just select corresponding time zone. I'm going to say GMT. English, notification English. Currency, shift GBP. I would like to highlight, I highly advise just to be mindful of the currency area the first time around that you do this, only because it's one of those areas in the system wherein once you save it, it's out. Unfortunately, it's not something that you could go back to and simply pick a different section. It could be changed, however, it needs to be sent into database. It's something that needs to be done on database level, which may take some time. So just an FYI, just be mindful of the currency area. Okay, so pretty much it, the information that we need to put in. Next, the default response, so you just tick save. Once you're done, once you save it, notice that the property name changes to special event rate testing. So basically, this is the hotel, fake hotel that we created. So it means that we are now on this hotel level. And notice it says, it will have little notes here and there saying where you need to go, so on and so forth. However, I would typically go downwards because notice under the property in the general info, let's ticket. So this is the one that we just completed a few seconds ago. You could go down to hotel content. Hotel content, basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to be more detailed about the description of the hotel, any photos, so on and so forth, you could put in here. It's a requirement only because typically the hotels, obviously, as you are aware, we are a live booking system. We receive multiple property information via suppliers. So we have this exercise wherein we merge any duplicate profiles. So eventually this Zonconnect profile that you created, it will merge with the live profile. So what that actually means for you is that the hotel pictures, hotel description, so on and so forth, it would eventually get the information from the one that it's being merged with, i.e. a live profile, i.e. a GDS profile. So look down another step, policy. Policy, so basically this is where you set up any cancellation policies, guarantee policies for the hotel. So again, let's keep this straightforward as possible. Cancellation policy, there's loads of selections here. I'll just say it's on the day of arrival. Delay before 2 p.m., 14 hours. And say it's a full period of stay. And there are selections in here, just choose whichever fits. Policy for Eventlink, it would have to be always guaranteed. And what you select is guaranteed by credit card. Let's expand section. Okay. Here, payment settings, so obviously just select whichever the hotel accepts. So I'll go with the typical one, so Visa, bit over, card, move it over, X, and diners. And here, taxes and commissions. Again, this is something that you would have agreed with the hotel. So whatever the taxes, commissions, tax included in price, commission paid from taxes, whatever you have agreed with them, that's what you put in here. So I'll do this again straightforward as possible. Let's say 10%. Meal plan, let's say it's 0. Commission generic, let's say 8. These two, it's pretty much the same thing. Generic GBP, if it's you have a fixed amount with the i.e. £10 for every booking. So if it's a percentage, just put a 0 in here. In distribution commission, put in 0 in here. Just say, for this test link, I'm saying that taxes are included in my price. Okay. So down here is advanced. Activate for bookings, what is the relevance of it? Basically, if, for example, you have your event link, and then the hotel that you created, for one reason or another, is not showing up. Typically, the first place that I would go to, or you should go to, is to make sure that it is activated for bookings. If it's not activated for bookings, that's exactly what's going to happen. You cannot find your hotel. So let's take activated for booking. Add a notification. The relevance of this for any event links that you have is basically, if, for example, you have a release time for any allocations that you have, i.e. you have double rooms, 10 double rooms for December the 1st, and they'll be released in 30 days. So if you want to be notified via email that, okay, this 10 rooms are being released on the day, whenever that is, you could set it up in here so that you'll receive email. So just whichever is applicable on allocation and release and or closure or on room closure only, whichever works for you. Select the time and then an email address. So if you have let's say testagency.com or whatever, wherever you prefer that information to be put in, to be sent to, just put it in here. Down here is extra beds and child rates. Typically for Eventlink, since obviously we are a business booking system, child rates is not really something that we tend to use or agencies tend to use. But if in case it's in here, but I myself have not really encountered it or worked with it before. So let's leave blank, because again, we're doing our business Eventlink. Let's tick save. Okay. There are different areas that you've missed out on. Little notes will show up in here, up here, telling you, okay, it's incomplete or whatever else, so you could review it. So in this instance, it's just kind of letting us know that you could fill hotel content area, so which we've already gone through, because again, we're going through it by one, going downwards. So the policy section. Then let's go to room types. You could just go ahead and create the room types that you require in here. Take add new, put in mode. So let's say for a double room, DBL. Select a room category, so whichever is applicable. GDS code, just leave it as is if you have this information show up. Again, I reiterate, depending on your access, you may or may not see different areas, but going to be very similar. I'm highlighting all the areas that will be relevant for the Eventlink creation. Type, let's say it's one bed, maximum 2 people, minimum 1. Short description, standard double bed. There are areas in here where you could start clicking on what amenities or amenities are available in the room, totally up to you. Also here, there's an advanced section. Some may find this useful, wherein you could go into a bit more detail about the room that is being sold. So let's tick save. So if you go back to room types, it would be the room that we just created. And then you just simply add new, acquired. Also notice that you could edit the information. Scroll down to meals. Kind of logic as room type, you could just click add new. So let's breakfast. Let's just highlight there's different selections in here, so you could just say whichever works. Say for a price per adult is 10 pounds. If there's any children, again, have encountered this in any business Eventlink, but should the need be required, you could put in the information here. Let's say full English breakfast as a description. Any mission, put it in here. And also put in row and save. So if we go back to meals, that's now what we created is in there. And then obviously just add As well, there are other different types of meal plans that is required for your event. So there's another, again, depending on your access, you may see hotel contract. This is not something that you need to look into when creating event links. So to highlight, you have completed the property section, in the general info part, special event rate testing hotel, we created it. The whole content, I've highlighted what the relevance is of this area. Policies for the hotel, we've added all in here. We're in the payment types. And again, activated for bookings. This is where it's located. Types, we've created double room. Meals, we said full dish breakfast. So go further down the list, notice that there's rate management here. So if we get area and tick rate setup, what is this? What does this mean? Basically, this is the area where you could start creating your the special rate, location, and so on and so forth that you have agreed with the hotel. Just simply tick add code. It's really mainly for yourself as an identifier. So let's call this event that we're going to be running Business Meeting 2018. So there you go, BEAM18. Category, we'll call it, so we'll use special rate. For creating event links, there are two different, you could use special rate and event allocation, but for this session, we're going to be covering special rate. In a short description, Business Meeting 2018. Please just simply select. The area, there's again a detailed description if ever you would like to go into further detail about what your business meeting is about. Let's say Business Meeting 2018, Crawley Division, Travel Managers Meeting. So, you know, fully up to you. So put any info that you require here. So say Travel Managers Meeting in Crawley, something like that. Scroll on, then tick save. Tick save, simply tick next. So notice how we're going through the tabs here. So we're in rooms. So double, BBL. This is the room that we created earlier. If we created other room types, so suite, whatever else, all those other selections will be here for you to take. So let's double, save. Okay. I'd like to highlight that the Zon system and Zonconnect system, they're very wide in what it could do. And there are different areas in here wherein there are functionalities wherein, oh, okay, you could set up in here, you could do it in here, or at the same time, there will be areas wherein it cannot be done on the system. This session is mainly to cover the basics, how an event link could be created. So again, if there are details areas wherein it's a bit more specific, which has not been covered in this session, it will be investigation and needs to be sent into the support team. So the reason why I'm highlighting that is because this is just like a quick example of area rate settings. Notice there are loads of different areas that you could select. Again, since doing a straightforward link, let me highlight the different areas that starting off, it'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, this is where it goes, so on and so forth. So those areas would guarantee and cancellation policy. Notice that it says always guaranteed on the day of arrival, 2 hours full period of stay, guaranteed by credit card. Basically, it fed it the information that we loaded under the property section here and policies, it flew down here. So why is it here? Why you change it? Basically, if for example you end up with multiple different rates for the same hotel, then you have the capability to change any guarantee and policies that you have for that rate. So it could be exactly the same as what loaded on hotel level on the policy section, but at the same time it could be different. So at least you have the option to change it here if it's different. Notice how it automatically takes available without meals. And there's also a tick area in here, full English breakfast. So basically this is where you could maneuver around it if you're selling your rooms without meals and at the same time you're selling it breakfast. It's added on top of the price, or if it's included in the price, just select whichever is applicable. For instance, I'll leave this like this. So we could see on the link how it flex. Save. To next. Okay, this is where we create our price. So, for example, I'm going to select a future date. So let's say April 2018. Let's say April the 1st to 2018, April 4th. So let's say that business meeting they're running is from April the 1st to April the 4th, 2018. And again, since we are doing a test, I'm going to put an insanely high amount in here. Save. Obviously, if you had other room types, tick, you created and you ticked when we were in the rooms tab, it will all be in here. Then you could just tick, select and apply the rate as applicable or as required. So save this area. Let's click on next. So the part where we set the availability. So let's say, let's put in our dates in here. Let's say it's for April 18, 1, 4th, 2018. Tick go. Okay. Intentionally done this just so you know that the system could only let you pull between 7 to 14 days. So just adjust it so the overset time frame, and then click go. Because basically instructing the system to pull up those dates. We're not instructing it to do any changes yet. So, okay. So for event links, for the available status, we use allocation without release and allocation with release. Pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, if you have an allocation of 10 rooms and that's it, it's not being released, i.e. 30 days prior to arrival. It's something wherein you go into the system and then just close the rate. So take allocation without release. Then allocation with release, obviously, i.e. you have 10 rooms, and these 10 rooms are meant to be released 30 days prior to arrival, so this is where you could set it up. So let's go via this selection, allocation with release. So we have 10 rooms. It's hours. This is the release time. So it goes by hours. So let's say if it's 30 days, it's, I believe it's 720. Like 20 days, yeah. In 720 hours, so that just simply translates to 30 days. Whatever date they applied to, and save. Okay, so now it's in green, so that means that you have loaded it. And then notice how if you tick it, say that you have 10 rooms for April the 1st, 2018, and then the release time would be on this date. Would identify the hours again, which is what we've loaded, and at this point, it's released. So I need to refer to it. So the same logic goes for all the different dates. Have the same information. Okay. To quickly run through again what we just completed. We completed the rate setup area where we have our rate code, called it BM18. We divide the room. We put in a corresponding rate settings. We price, and then set the corresponding availability. So just to highlight, on the Connect side of things, we have completed what is required, again, under the property section and the rate management section. So let's sign off. Let's go to our other system, which is Zon. So this system, basically, a lot of you would have been using this system already. I'm going to show you what needs to be completed in this area. Your event link would be created, and that so that it gets out with the information that you have loaded on Zonconnect. Let's begin. Again, this is a test. So all the information in here it's fictional. Here we go. Again, this is a test agency that I have. Whatever login you have, as soon as you log in, your agency information will show up in here. So would be the same logic. What you need to do now, make it bigger, is to create your company or /event. At the same time, set your anonymous user and set any travel policies for this event. So let's go ahead and create the company for the profiles. Yes. I'm going to call this, again, totally up to you as to what you would like to call this. Say I'm calling this Business Meeting 2018. There's certain information that you could put, mandatory for you to put in, totally up to you as to how much detail you'd like to go in, but it's mainly the company name and the country. Company extension, just to let you know what the relevance is, so i.e. Business Meeting 2018, Crawl Division. Something. I could use this area for something like this. Again, totally up to you. So we're keeping this as straightforward as possible. Company name and country, we're happy with that. Let's tick save. If you'd like to go into more detail, you could put in the phone, email, fax, so where else. So notice that once you've created or once you've saved your company, it then takes you to that level. means that we are now on the level of Business Meeting 2018. You could create your anonymous user on this company. Again, it's just under Profiles, User Info. Obviously, since it's a new company, there wouldn't be any information in here. So let's tick Add New User. And all this business meeting. And then the important area down here is the user group. Tick on this user. Then save. So now this is where we create our user. This is, I'm calling it Business Meeting 2018. Put your password and then save. Obviously, take note of this information because later on you would need this once you create our link. So we've saved it. So now notice we have a username called Business Meeting 2018, and it's an anonymous user. Okay. So we need to create a travel policy for this event or for this company. What's a travel policy? Basically, if, for example, you have your link, then like your hotel wherein you have your special rates agreed with to show on top of the list, or if you would like just your special hotels loaded in Zonconnect to show up on the link, just those ones. It's all just a matter of setting it up under the travel policy. So that is a company travel policy. Once you're in this area, you tick Preferred Hotels. Then tick Add. This is where you're going to start locating the hotel that you've created on Zonconnect, so that you're setting it as a preferred hotel, i.e. meaning you're giving it importance. Or at the same time, if required, you could also blacklist some hotels in this area. Priority 200 means like it's very important. And anything further down is slightly important, not so important. Until there's blacklist. Blacklisting is, and if, for example, you don't want specific hotels to show up. For example here, for this event, I want the hotel that we created, the special Eventlink hotel that we created, to be on top of the list. So let's say I'm saying it's priority 200. Any text, you could put it in here. So let's see. Let's put it up. And simply locate our hotel. Created it under UK, under the T Collie. Hold it special. Put part of the name in here. So okay. There we go. This is the hotel that we created, special event rate testing. Just simply tick. And okay. So now in the preferred hotels tab, we have this hotel that's added. The next area is we're going to have to add the paging and exception policy. Tick this here. Basically, this is where you put in ruling, i.e., I only want my preferred hotels to show up on the link, or i.e., I want my preferred hotel to show on top of the link. So this is where you can set that up. If you area here, and there will be different selections. So you just simply tick whichever is applicable in this instance. we're saying the beginning of the list. Let's say country is in the UK. So I know I'm running my event in the UK. You could get as specific as you want, put in the city, so on and so forth. But in this instance, I'll just leave it as this. Then save. So don't forget to add the save. So create the travel policy. So on the details on side of things, we've created what is required. Again, let me run by what the steps that we've done here. Created our company, visiting 2018. Again, you could edit information if you'd like, put in more details once you have more details or how you fit to edit it. We did the anonymous users on their profiles. Created team business, anonymous user. And then we created our travel policy with the paging and exception, which is in the beginning of the list, and preferred hotel. The special event rate testing, do not book. Now, the next step that we need to do is to create the link. So basically, on the Hotel Zone and the Zonconnect side of things, we have completed all the necessary steps. So next is to create the event. So let me minimize this area. Okay. So ideally, you should have received your corresponding guides already when you're creating your links. So I always refer to these if ever I get stuck. Just a couple of slides here. Which all of these areas we have already completed. We are now on slide 11, wherein we're creating the URL. On the side, you would have all this information also highlighting the different areas and what it means. You could always refer to this. Copy this part and paste it. Document. So for this area, different, again, this is a dummy link. So you just edit it and fill in the information that you've created. So again, it will be in this side as to, color highlighted or color coordinated. What the red one, what is the green one, so on and so forth. So let's go to this one, because essentially this is how you would do yourself. Login name. What is this? You just delete it and then put in the login name that we've created on Hotel Zone. So you could always refer back to Hotel Zone if you don't remember what it was. So if you use your info, click the add button. We called it Business Meeting 2018. So you just put in the information here. Password, obviously, I mentioned earlier, don't forget what your password is. The password that you saved. Domain as is. City 134. We have city list. So you would have this, you should have this information also. So remember in Zonconnect, we created our hotel under the city Crawley. Simply locate Crawley. Full of the country that it's under. Obviously, some cities would have multiple locations, so just make sure that you're selecting the right one. The code is 666. edit, put in 666. Obviously self-explanatory as to how wide you would like the system to search. Put in the postcode. So for instance, I'm just going to put in the postcode of the hotel that I created, 1BP. And now this is the part where you put in the of your event. So we know that we've created our rates for April 1 to April 4, 2018. So you could put it in here. So 2018, 04, 01, out 2018, 04, out day 04, and however many people the default of the link to be. Let's copy this part. And paste it. Because essentially, this is now, that's your link. This is link, so it's up to you now how you distribute it to your company users, your client users. So obviously, we would like to check it first prior to distributing any details. Just like any other user, well, if you have a new user, part of PCI compliance, you're always asked to change the password. So don't have to change the password. You could use the same one that you have on your link. When I say one, the one that you put in there. But if you change it, don't forget to change it on this link. So change it from project 1 exclamation point to project 2 exclamation point. Not forget to change it to project 2 exclamation point. And totally up to as to whichever works. Okay. Basically, this is now our event link. Again, FYI, this is a fake test event, but it pretty much reflects how the system would react once you create your event. So notice we said on our link, April 1, April 4 to 2018, the in date, out date, so on and so forth. It would reflect it accordingly in the date area. Put destination, which is, as I said, Crawley, so it's taking it from the city list, and at the same time, any postcodes that you've put in for the destination, and rooms, and number of guests. So just it could be changed to, the bookers could start selecting whichever works for them. But as an FYI, this is a test. So what you see on your end, depending on the settings of your agency, may differ from what we are seeing here. So just like that area. So, and of course, the radius, which we said was 10 miles, it's bolted here. And then here you go. So notice that when I set this hotel, I said I wanted it to be in the beginning of the list. And it was 3 stars. I said I wanted it to have a flag of preferred. So it's showing up here exactly how we've loaded it. Notice, as I said, their hotels not showing their availability also for the dates, because again, this is a live booking system. So start clicking on our hotel. You may see conversions in different currencies. It depends on how your agency has been set up. Again, this is from the agencies I have. That's why you have a conversion in SEK. See what we've loaded in Zonconnect. We said 199,999 GBP. Exactly what's showing here. We said it was 10 rooms, exactly 10 rooms. If we're over different areas, it would give more detail. We said it's business meeting 2018, breakfast not included. Remember in Zonconnect, I said we have ticked breakfast not included. And at the same time, breakfast, which said £10 top of the price. That's why it has increased to 1 million GBP. So select whichever is applicable, but this is how it would reflect. It reflects exactly how it's loaded. So I click on choose. Give you more detail about the emission hotel of this rate, and then any booking system or the booking system goes put the first name, last name, phone number, so forth. Any guarantee method said for events, it's going to be guaranteed by credit card. Any credit types. Remember in Zonconnect, we take Amex, Mastercard, Visa, so it exactly shows here. So basically, it reflects exactly how it's loaded. If you'd like, we could do a quick test booking so you could see how the system acts. So let's call it test 00. Guaranteed credit card, I'll say Visa. Disney card. Okay. Once you have your booking confirmation, that's that your booking has gone ahead. You could put information in here in My Reservations so you could also see what it looks like. Just like are used to make bookings on the Zonconnect system. So it's different how these event links or event link bookings would reflect. So just to let you know also, since we've made a booking, so pull the link again, just so I could compare. Okay, remember, we've made that booking for a double bed, which is, let me just go back to the booking here. Yeah, this is exactly the one that we've booked. Now, notice from 10 rooms, it's now 9 rooms. There you go. Same time, I could show you Zonconnect. So you could also see how the system flexes information once a booking has been made. Log in. Give me seconds, I'm just locating the hotel. Again, since my access is quite wide, loads of hotels show up, so I'm just getting the more specific information. So, okay, this is it. Admin, if we go back to rate management, you could have a look at the availability area here. Let's put in our date, April 2018. Let's click go. So it's that it has now decreased to one booking. The time frame has instantaneously decreased the number of rooms that you're selling. Time, if you start canceling the booking, we could quickly try here. Booking. So if we go back to our link, click search, it goes back to 10 rooms. It would take back the canceled room that you've done, and then go to Zonconnect again, click go. It would again put back the 10 rooms. So it's very instantaneous with how it reacts. So for example, 10 were made, later on 5 bookings were canceled. As all the appropriate action has been done, cancel the booking, it would reflect accordingly on the link. There you go. Really, that's the quick down of how special event links are created on the system. If you have questions or if it's something a bit more detailed that you're looking into, of course, send this into the support team. We will look to that for you and review. But this is a good starting point if you're fairly new to the system, or if you'd like a refresher with how creating event links go. This is a good reference for that. Hope you all find this session useful. And thank you very much all for your time, and I hope you have a good rest of the day. Bye.